Dun, 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 dun. Wow. I was doing that the other day. I was like, that Paul? I was like, yeah. Always beeping the bottom, bro. I can't help it. I wonder if it's like the vibration stuff like that too.
How's it going, Coach?
Good, Sean. How are you, brother? Let's just give it a few seconds and let a few people come in, and then we'll get started. I'm gonna set my dummy up.
You can't even hear. You could go.
Oh, we got Brindley. Does your mom make any other kinds of teas besides that chai tea?
No, that's the only one she makes like from scratch, because like
Okay.
that's just from our culture. Like we have it all the time.
Man, it's a home run, bro. I'm telling you. What's up, Steven? You're muted, just so you know.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good. I make that mistake every time.
I think you come in muted, so everybody does.
Yeah.
I'm not. Oh, we got Angel. Hey guys, if we want, we can get started with our jumping jacks and stuff like that to get moving, and then I'll just keep letting people in the room as they start joining, and wherever David's at. Okay, timing, guys. Hey, Angel. Hey, David. Try jumps, guys.
Stop.
15 more seconds. And seal jacks. Running on the spot. Heels up. Toes up. Squats. You have anybody? Give him a couple minutes. Last 20 seconds. Touch and hop. Ten seconds. And lunge and twist. Opposite hand, opposite foot. Little side jump. Try to stay low. Try to stay low. Legs nice and wide, side to side. And sitting our butt down each side, walk your hands over. Walk our hands forward. We're gonna do a push up, open up, push up, open up. Sit throughs. Keep going with your sit throughs. I'm just gonna see if I can move this to a lower box. Okay, let's add the sit through with the back step now. So we sit through. We put our hand back down, rotate over to back step. So again, we sit through and then hand down, right to back step. Switch sides and go side to side. Okay, let's go. Try to do it one full motion, David. One full motion. We sit through. Yeah, go sit through. Yeah, we put that left hand back down. Then the right leg just goes right back over. So whichever leg we kick through, that's the same one we keep floating. Yeah. Right hand down, left leg back over. Yeah. And just push yourself right back instead of completing the rotation. 15 more seconds. And down and rotate. Almost, almost. And down, rotate over. And time. On our backs for bridges. Bridges side to side. Good work, good work. 15 more seconds. Five more seconds. And time, leg pummeling to the outside. Big circles. Leg pummel to the inside. Sit up. Sit up. Watch, I'm going to plant a hand. Just lift my hips up. Come back down, switching hands. Just lifting my hips. So if we look from the side, I'm just pressing. Pressing. Side to side. Good work, guys. Good work. Still nobody? Who's registered? Oh, okay. Almost there, almost there. And time. Whichever foot is on the floor, we're rocking and pressing, doing a little circle. And then switch sides. Remember, we're pushing our body towards the same side of the foot that's pressing. Try to keep that C spine so we're slightly rounded. Should almost feel like a rocking chair, just back and forth. Don't feel like you're doing a sit-up every time. Just try to keep that C-spine posture the whole time. 10 more seconds. And time. Arm bars, bring our hips up. As we turn our knees, I keep myself rocking up and down. So again, I want to keep that C-spine posture like a rocking chair, my knees into my chest. Press, and I rock, then press. I don't want to come back, bring my legs out, and then have to come back up. Keep this posture. Keep this posture the whole time. Let's go. Five more seconds. Time. Same thing now, but our triangle hicks and sit-ups. So I'm rocking back, locking my triangle, letting go, popping up. Okay, let's go. David, let's step that lead leg a little bit further. Your heel's probably coming off of the floor. I can't see it, but it definitely looks like it. Yeah, you want that. So like your left leg should be a little, yeah, you want to feel comfortable, like your whole foot should be down. Yeah. If your foot lands nice and close, we don't want our heel popping up. Yeah, we want room for that hip to move into. Nice work. 10 seconds. Time. Back to bridges, but we're going to do the 3 bridges with the step over. Okay, so again, we bridge 1, bridge 2, and on the 3rd bridge, I'm pushing with my left foot onto my right shoulder until my right foot takes over, and then I step myself back through. We're going to go side to side. 1, 2, 3, big step over. Okay, let's go. Try to keep our hips up, our elbows in. The weight is on my shoulder, not so much on my head and neck. Five seconds. And time. Let's get our top leg hip switches in. Top leg steps over as it pulls our hip through. Kick and pull. Yes, nice. Let's try to lift those hips off of the floor when we rotate sides. Pull your hip through. Yeah, nice work. Like a shark in the water, Steven. I just see a little fin, like your knee pop up and go back down. It's like I can't tell if it's the wave or if it's a shark fin, you know? Shit. 10 more seconds. And time. Shrimps, but on the spot. So we're going to push and pull with the same leg. I push and then I pull back, but I want to keep my hips up where my secondary foot lands. And then I push. Okay, the biggest thing is I don't want to push, pull, stay flat, push, pull. I'm going to push. When I pull, watch my hips come off of the floor, landing and pressing back out. Now my hips are down, pull myself back in as I march and switch back and forth. It's always good to try to over-exaggerate our moves when we're practicing, guys. Okay, let's go. Try to lift those hips up, Ashan. 10 more seconds. And time. Okay, grab a quick drink if you want. We're gonna get with our dummies and we're gonna get started. We can get through 2 little sequences today. I'd be happy. So first thing, sorry, say it again.
I don't have a dummy today.
Do you have anything?
Not really, no.
I
was just gonna watch just for the information.
Okay. Even like David, the first time he was on, he had like a long sleeve shirt with a pillow stuffed inside of it. You know what I mean? But if you just want to hang out and watch, obviously, that's okay too. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
If you have anything, you can even like grab a pillow and pretend, you know what I mean?
Okay, well, I'll watch you instruct, then I'll grab the pillow.
Hey guys, we're just starting in side control and we're just gonna get ourselves to mount. We're gonna do one little attack and set up from there, and then we're gonna go back to a different position. So, actually, you know what? What time is it? Boom. Let's just do 5 on each side. We've practiced it many times before to get ourselves to side control, just passing with our knee slice. My elbows are on the inside. Again, I'm not walking my feet in. I'm trying to lift my hips up, and then I turn my knees and I step laterally across my partner as I'm squishing. We all know we get the underhook on the far side, clearing the arm and sitting back through. Okay, from here, we're just going to go back to side control, because then we're going to move to a different attack from there. Okay, I believe we're all familiar with the knee slice pass. So let's just give this a few reps. I'm going to watch the clock for 1 minute, side to side, and then we'll get right in. Okay, time in. Guys have questions, please shout out. Okay, you guys just came back in. Okay. Froze on me for a second.
I'm just doing it.
Yeah, knee slice pass. Let's see, Steven. Oh, you guys all froze on me again. Oh, I hear noise. We're back.
I'm just doing it with no time, please.
Angle your camera down a little bit, Steven, so I can see.
You're chopping up.
Yeah, I know. So are you guys. I'm trying to move the computer around a little bit. There we go. There we go. Okay, Steven, let me see you go for a second. Oh, everybody froze again. David, I see you moving. Oh, maybe not.
I forget how to start it.
Okay, we're starting in guard, Steven. We're starting in between our partner's legs.
Yeah.
Hands on the hips with our elbows tucked in. So I don't
Okay.
want my elbows flaring out. I want my elbows tucking in. And I
Yeah.
press on his hips as I lift my butt back. I'm turning my knees. And then I almost try to kick underneath my partner's hamstring. One. And then I move out to the side. So I'm almost pinning my partner's hip and leg to the floor. Once we're in this split squat.
Other
stance,
foot on your feet.
yeah, my other foot is just based on the floor.
Okay.
Then I'm reaching across the body for my underhook.
Okay.
Get yourself back to the position, Stephen, yet. So your left hand would be underneath his far armpit on the ground.
Okay.
Our right hand clears the close arm out of the way. And then we sit through.
Okay.
That's it. That's it. Back and forth. Hey, Sean.
Yes, coach.
Like literally, bro, anything. Because we can still be here. I'm in guard. I'm pressing to lift up, turning my knees. 1, 2, to a little split squat. You know what I mean? I know I don't, and then whatever. I slide through. But we can still practice angling ourselves off, even if it's a pillow, if it's, I don't know. My drink, lifting up, turning sideways, 1, 2, underhook and pass. Yeah, even that will work perfect. Elbow down on the opposite side. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah. Hey, Steven, let me see one more time. Boom. We always want to step across, right? So for this one, we're going to step cross hamstring in my mind. So it's like if I stand up, obviously we're facing each leg. Each leg is matching the other one. I want to turn my knees and go across the body. So I think of my opposite shoelaces kicking underneath their hamstring. Yeah. Once we're in that split squat stance, I want to keep that shin on top of their leg, kind of stapling it down. Oh, he has a pillow for 1 second and all of a sudden we're back. Okay, let me see Steven one more time to completion, and then we can move on. No, I spoke too soon. We froze.
So when you slide, what is my right shin was on his right leg.
Yes.
When you do the slide forward, does it stay there, or is both?
No, when I do the sit through, we're gonna clear all the way, and that leg that slides through underneath, we want it to be almost underneath our partner's shoulder. Like when we get into what would be considered
Oh, okay.
scarf hold or kezakatami, depending on if you want which name. So like you'd be here, my shin's still on. Move them back. And when I slide and hold the arm, I'm gonna try to pull my leg underneath his shoulder. I almost want to be here.
So
And
one
then
foot is on the ground.
Yeah, 1 foot's still gonna be on the ground for now, because I just want to clear the space. Jatinder, opposite leg. Opposite leg. So your left leg would cut across. Steven, so when I'm here, look, I'm clearing the space for my top leg that is planted, and I'm putting my knee on the ground, and I'm coming to a nice tight side control.
Okay.
Okay. Underhook on the far side. Your left elbow should be on the ground. Yeah, and kick and slide that left leg through. Yes. And then we're going to lift up that arm and come back to a nice tight side control. Okay, so now that we're here, we're going to bring ourselves into mount. Okay, but how we're going to attack is we're essentially going to do the same thing we just did with the sit through, but towards our partner's legs. So when I'm here in my side control, first thing I'm going to do is remove my hand from his head, and I bring my hand across, almost like I'm trying to control his arm. And then I'm bringing my weight on my elbows slightly, and I'm switching my legs, or my hips towards his legs. So essentially that same position we were just in facing his head, now we're in kind of like a reverse scarf hold position. So he can't see, I'm keeping my weight on the chest. Obviously I'm not all the way over, I'm sitting back. And now I'm gonna look to attack the legs. So I still have one leg down, one leg planted. I'm pulling the knees in. I kind of scoot back, and then I step over, bringing myself back into mount position. Okay, we still have that underhook, so we can attack that arm bar we were working on before, where we step behind our partner's head and go in for our S mount, but let's just get ourselves to the mount position first. Okay, we are in side control. My hand switches to the opposite side of my partner's head. And then I switch my hips, so I'm facing my partner's leg. Okay, if both feet are planted on the floor or the legs aren't doing anything, I reach across and I pull the knees in. I scoot back a little bit and I'm just trying to step to touch my own hand or get my heel behind his knee. And then I hip to drive myself back on top. Okay, technically we should still have this grip where we can pull this up and start attacking, but if not, that's okay too. I'm just worried about stabilizing. Okay, so let's start repping that out a little bit. If you have that arm and you get onto mount and you want to rep out your arm bar, that's okay too.
Coach, can you just show how to grab the arm after you remove it from under their head?
Yeah. So essentially, I'm just trying to switch arms. So if I was here and my partner's hands are in, my left hand is underneath, my right, the armpit, right hand's under the head. I'm just switching sides, tucking my elbow in, and then I'm kind of reaching under the armpit, and I'm just trying to put my hand on the chest. I'm not so much grabbing the arm as much as I'm just trying to block this whole side. And then I'll switch. Now I'm kind of just here. So if they're pushing at my head, it's okay because I always scoot back, keep my head low, pull the knees in, and come back on top. Okay.
Thanks.
Do that again, David. So pause for 1 second, David. Just go back to your side control. Okay, so one thing, guys, just when we're in side control, I think you switch your hands to the proper, but whatever hand we have underneath our partner's hand, our head is always, no, so under the armpit is gonna be palm up, under the head is palm down, because we always wanna be able to squish with our shoulder, okay? So anytime our hand's under the head, that hand's always palm down, and then we can kind of roll and squish. Okay, sorry, I was just looking at people's hands. Keep going. Nice elbow switch, yeah. Switch your hips. So with your right hand, pull your elbow across your body. So you kind of lift your chest up and you pull his arm in front of you. Yeah, his arm would kind of pass you. Like if I pull my elbow and then we can jump our left knee up. Yeah, and then a left knee would jump up and drop. Right leg swings around. But let's not put our butt down before that leg comes over the head, okay?
Do we want to hook our feet in the legs when we're in mount?
Not necessarily, but you can if you want. If I'm trying to hang out on my partner's hip line or something like that, it might not be a bad idea. But if I'm like kind of looking to attack his shoulder line, but if you're looking for an arm or exposing the back or something like that, you need to come a little higher up with your knees. So not bad, but if you're looking for like follow-up attacks as far as positionally moving to back, technical mount and stuff like that, we need to be a little bit higher up. So if you're going to hit him and you're worried about him getting away, yeah, it's good. But if he's like pushing and doing all this stuff and he's a lot stronger than me, definitely not, because I'm not trying to fight like this. I want to deflect his weight. So as soon as he goes to make a big movement, I'm trying to move it past my body, expose his back and stuff like that. Take his back and strangle him, you know what I mean?
Paul,
Yes.
when we switch over, is there something we should be doing so that this hand ends up over here and not over here?
When I'm here, pulling up here, and I step in, I just pull my elbow across and cover with my chest. So is the problem their arm is staying down?
Yeah,
Let me see you do
the
it.
arm
from
is
the
staying
beginning.
like this, so.
Let me see. Yeah. I try to move it right there and I tuck my elbow all the way across their center line and I almost bring my elbow back to my hip. Oh, it's funny. I didn't realize you're asking to get the light turned off. I thought he was raising his hand to ask a question. I'm like, okay, let's see it. Let's see it. Yep, big step over, drive that knee to the floor. Don't let go of that arm though. Keep holding that arm. You're underneath his bicep. Yep, pull your elbow across his body, your elbow to your hip. Yep, now your right leg moves up behind his head. So pause. So my chest, keep it right there. I'm talking to you.
Coach, you're muffled right now. I just can't hear what you're saying.
Okay, maybe I gotta be right in front of the camera. Okay,
Yeah, that's
so go again, grab the arm. Yeah, hook it, pull your elbow to your hip and pull him up on his side. I would post my right hand further up because you have to think we're kind of sequentially blocking him from trying to turn back in. So we put our hand up first so my chest can block it. Okay, and I'm trying to put my chest on the back of his tricep. Okay, and then I'm gonna step my right foot up so my right knee hits my right elbow. And then I drive my foot to, so don't step like your flat foot. I kind of step on my toes because I drive my knee to the floor. And then that's where I switch my hips, kind of going into that S mount position. Yeah. Less weight on your right toes because I want you kind of sitting on his belly with your left thigh. Yeah, I'm still having active toes with that right foot. So I'm pushing my weight on top of my partner. Your hand can come to the opposite side of your dad's head now. So you lean more of your weight on him. Lean towards his legs. Yeah, and then it should be easier for you to bring your right leg over his head. Yes. You're nice. So always remember, like 2 hands on the wrist. You're always going to pull in the opposite direction of the thumb. Okay, so whichever way his hand starts turning, we're always pulling towards the pinky. And try to use your hip kind of like as the fulcrum for the leverage to break the arm. So instead of pulling into our chest, let's try to ever so slightly rotate the hand and pull over the hip. That way we just have a lot more follow through because when we pull into our chest, obviously we're blocking ourselves. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
There's a smoother way of that first position when you're under the head and then under the arm. Is it just a matter of just moving your arm?
Yes.
So it's just same hold, right hand on top if I'm on his right side.
So I'm going to switch my left hand underneath and then my right hand almost. So I'm almost sliding my left hand further in and I'll put my left hand on their belly or like on their chest. So I come all the way through and then my right hand becomes irrelevant. I kind of switch my hand now. And then my right hand is kind of like, okay, making sure legs aren't coming up to hit me. Am I going to push his legs in away or pull them towards me? Yeah, pull our elbow in and across our hip, your left elbow. No, keep that left arm where it was. It was underneath hooking the arm, right? Because technically it was on his chest a little bit.
Yeah.
So, but that left hand should be under the shoulder. Oh, that was weird. It just moved around on me. Okay, boom. No, I'm good. We're good. We're good.
This is where
Okay.
it was.
So rip, yeah, no, it was nice. That's nice. But turn your palm up and pull your left elbow to your left hip. Yeah, all the way across. Yes, you see how that clears that path a little bit? Now I'll post my right hand further on the floor, like up past his head. And then I start to walk my right knee behind his head. Yeah, so my right knee comes to where my right elbow was. Yeah, you're going to slide that left leg around for your S mount. So by that, so do you know what I'm talking about with that?
No.
So watch right here, because I don't want to be square. So we hold, post, I step my knee and I drop. This leg is still down, so I kind of swing it, and then I turn, kicking my leg out. So now I kind of make an S with my legs. And then it's easier for me to step over and attack that armbar.
Oh, I thought we were still doing full mount.
It is, but you get to full mount. And then once you're in full mount, we're going to move that arm up. We're going to pass it across our body because we already have such a deep deep hook on the arm. We might as well attack it because we're right there. Make sure we hold on to that arm. Let's try to see that one more time, David, but with more weight on your partner's body. I don't want to see your butt hit the floor until that leg is covering his face, okay? Because if we sit down before that leg comes over, he's going to push the leg away, put his back on it. He might sit up into us and use our momentum against us a little bit. Push more weight on him. You see how your butt is almost sitting back? I put my hamstring and thigh on him. Yeah. And really put that weight on that pillow. Don't lean back, lean towards him. Yes. That was nice. Yep. Oh, snap. Yeah, keep going. Yeah. That was good. So pause. Are we going for side control right there, Ashan? Just side control in general. So that right, don't worry about it. I can see the right arm is underneath the armpit. So your right arm is under Ashan's armpit. Yeah. Your right knee should be by his hip and your left knee should be by his ear. So we got wide knees, wide base. Yeah. Then the left arm is going to come over the head and replace your right arm. Yeah, all the way in. Yeah, we switch our hips. Do like a sit through towards his legs. Perfect. We want to grab the outside of his knee. Yeah, pull it in and just step over. Yeah, and now I hook it with my heel and I drive my knee down. Perfect. Okay, so his arm isn't where we want it, but that's okay too, because we're going to move on to something else. Okay, which would work in right here with this. So time. So watch here. We're still going to set up to grab that arm, but sometimes when we get ourselves to mount, we miss our opportunity to pull this in. And maybe, like we said, it's somewhere else or it just feels like it's a disaster. Okay, so anytime I start to feel the hands come back in, I'm going to use 2 hands on one side. I mean, if we can get it down to the floor easily, we're just going to push it down. But if people have tight elbows, I go 2 hands on the inside, straightening my arms, and then I lean all of my weight down. Okay, we've done our Americana from side control, but we're going to do it from mount for the attack, but then also the setup for the arm bar. So when we're pushing the wrist to the floor, my one hand stays covering the wrist as my elbow drops. I'm reaching underneath to grab my own wrist, and we're pulling that arm back. Okay, we're all familiar with this, right? I'm pushing down. Elbow to the floor as I reach under his arm, and I'm pulling his elbow up, pulling his palm back. So again, I'm pushing his hand towards his head. So it's like he's like this. Okay, the hand is up like this. Elbow on the floor as I reach underneath, and we're hitting our Americana or our key lock from mount. Okay, so where this comes into play, if somebody tries to help themselves, this hand is going to start coming in. Okay, so what I try to do from here is I'll hit my Americana, and then I'm just jumping my knee up behind his head. We slide for our S mount again, and here I just bite my elbow, and then we arm bar with our lat on the opposite side. Okay, so but at first, let's just see this Americana from mount, and then we'll start to see how that opens up the arm bar again, but in our armpit. Like anytime I'm on mount and your chest is low and somebody hugs you or grabs on, it's a free opportunity to attack arms all day long. Okay, Stephen, let's see. Yeah. So pause, right hand. Sorry, that's your left hand would be as high on his wrist as possible, like essentially right here, pushing this down.
This guy's got 2 forearms.
And then we're pulling back, like elbow back towards the hip. And then we start to lift the elbow up. Yes. Yes. So pause, Sean. Pause, Sean. I can't see your dad's elbow. So we want to make sure that our bicep is on the other side of his, you see how it's kind of here? I want it to be under here. Yes, yes. Yeah, gentle, so pause. Again, you want to rotate his, so obviously everybody's shoulders are different, so don't push it, but you want to put his pinky on the floor. So like rotate his hand to the floor. You want to keep his knuckles down and then start dragging his elbow back, and then you lift the elbow up. But keep his hand down. Keep his hand down. You see how his hand's coming off the floor? Like literally, I treat the hand like it's a paintbrush. Yeah, and I drag it back, and I want to keep the knuckles on the ground as I pull.
Yeah, so keep the hand down.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
like I'm gonna force the hand down on the ground. Like that's what I'm saying. Sometimes people's shoulders are tight. So look, your dad's hand's already coming off the floor, right? So if you're pressing that thing to the ground, the range of motion depreciates very quickly.
Okay.
Americana, are you bending the elbow or is it the shoulder? Like what?
Americana kind of breaks the arm right here.
Okay, so it's not about bending the elbow the other way.
It's about lifting the elbow up as I drag the arm back. Like I want to bring his elbow
Right
to
now,
his
he's
hips.
able to scratch his own head. That's what I've
Yes,
got.
yes, that's perfect.
And I kind of just pull
Yeah,
that back.
and then lift his elbow off the floor as you keep his hand on the ground.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yes, click. That's where it happens.
Okay.
Okay, and then from there, I would jump my left knee up. I can't see it, but I would jump my left knee up by his ear. No,
Okay.
like you see how you just stepped your leg up? I'm gonna kind of slide myself up. And then I get into my S mount from there to attack. So watch, do it one more time. So if I'm here attacking the far side, right? I'm here looking for this. If you see, Steven,
Yeah.
you're stepping.
Okay.
I'm just gonna slide. And then I switch and come back. And I'm just attacking the arm right there. And then I'm gonna have his arm theoretically in what would be your left armpit.
Okay.
Paul, why would you do that if you already have the Americana?
I feel them turning to face the arm like they're pushing on my armpit to free their elbow back to the inside. It's more so like I'm losing the Americana, or I'm creating the reaction of him heavily turning into me, off of me attacking the Americana, just so I don't lose position and I kind of use their momentum against them. Yeah, let's windshield wipe that back leg. Yes, lean on him a little bit more weight with that thigh and hamstring on his belly. Sit down on him, put that weight. Yes, yes, yes. Now lean and kick that leg over. Yeah, that all day. That's perfect. Yeah. That knee slides up, David. I'm not thinking about attacking that other arm anymore. Then I start getting into that S mount position where I slide my leg, but let it be long. Kick that leg out so you can sit down a little bit. And now lean towards his legs. So pause. We're too far on him. I don't want that butt cheek on there. Slide back just a little bit. So what I mean by that is when I step up and I'm going to come here, I don't want to be sitting on him. I actually want to be off to the side. So I'm floating like this, but it's my back toes pushing me on. The second I start rotating and sitting on my partner, it's going to be kind of a disaster. And they're going to start pushing and rocking me back. And all that kind of stuff's going to start happening. So we just want to make sure only kind of like our hamstring right here is sitting on the belly and our butt's floating off to the side. Nice, Steven. Lean towards the legs. Oh, you were nice. You were there. You were there. Yeah. Kick that right leg. Swing it around so it's straight. So you're sitting on his belly, but with your
I'm
hamstring.
stuck. I don't think my leg.
But you should be turning almost like
Sorry,
you're
say it
facing
again.
the wall. You should be turning almost like you're facing the wall. So your chest shouldn't be straight to me. You should be turning so I can see
Say that
your
again,
left
please.
shoulder.
Okay.
Or say it again, Steven.
I'll start from Americana. We'll start from here.
Yeah. So elbow should be on the other side of the head. Yeah, we want to lock that in. Let's slide that left knee up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's up.
Yeah. I mean, most people's arms are going to start to slide up into our thigh a little bit. You see how it's kind of like squishing on the head? It kind of, yeah, moves up
Yeah.
like that. So my left leg doesn't stay tucked underneath my butt, I'm gonna windshield wipe it out as my right leg goes straight. So as my right leg kind of swings around, like my knee slides up, then as this leg starts to go straight, I start to turn and then I kick my leg out from underneath. What I mean by that is this knee's up. When my leg starts to swing, I don't want to keep it tucked under me. I'm going to swing it out. So I'm kind of pushing with my toes.
Okay.
Then it's easy for me to swing over and trap his arm inside.
So are you sort of sitting on him when you swing over? Because that's where I'm
100%. I'm
struggling. I can't get
100%
my-
sitting. I'm 100% sitting on him, but not with my butt, with
swivel.
my hamstring. Yes, but your left knee should still be on the floor. Your right leg should almost be straight or like tucked underneath, like this. It's literally back to this position again that we just did. This straight as we turn to kick our leg out and then come back over. The only difference now is we're pressing down. I'm sliding the knee up, then this leg slides, and then I'm still going to be here, but I just keep his elbow in under my armpit with my lat. Then I lean, then I kick over. Yes, yes, but we just lost his arm. That's all.
I went to the wrong side, I think.
No, well, if you did you Americana and armbar the same arm?
Yeah.
It should just be opposites. Like one opens up the other one.
Oh, okay. So the one that's on my thigh is the one I grab.
Yes. Yeah. So stay in mount though, Ashan. Stay in mount. Ashan, yeah, come back over top. I'm gonna attack from here. Yeah. Yeah, and then your left knee jumps up. So your left knee should be beside your dad's ear. And then that's where my right leg is going to swing like this and I sit back on his belly. So your right leg goes straight.
Which
and you're
arm am
gonna
I
turn and
attacking?
face me. Sorry, say that again.
Which arm am I attacking?
You're going to attack your dad's right arm.
To the one that I'm not holding.
Yes. So if I started attacking this to, mitigate pressure for your dad, he would be pushing on your armpit, trying to turn into you, pulling his elbow back inside of your arms. So actually do like a C grip, Jatinder, like a C grip into his armpit. You see how you pass your hand all the way through, like here,
Right here.
but on the far side, like you're pushing him away. You're making him make a choice of, do I let go or do I have to repost? And you're trying to pull your elbow back inside of his grip. That way he can't, yes. So that's where theoretically you'd be jumping that left knee up and you're attacking his right arm. So you're attacking the other arm. Yeah, it's right there. No, I don't even hold it. It should just be tucked in with our elbow. Drop your knee by his ear, right? Because now your hip should be blocking his shoulder. Yeah, swing your right leg around. Sit on him, kick. Yeah. The only difference, Ashan, is I'll try to keep my partner's arm in my armpit.
Yeah, I was missing that. Thank you.
So when I step up, I almost try to bring my elbow through sneakily and I just try to pinch it. So I don't even wrap it or hold it. I just close the circuit by touching my elbow to my thigh. And then from here I come up and I sit back down. I'll keep like a T-Rex grip when I'm actually doing this, just to practice losing it, right? So I'll do this, then I fall back and then I catch it and pull it over my bottom hip. Okay.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I like to pull it over the bottom hip as well, not the top hip, because the top hip helps them with their hitchhiker escape, where the bottom hip, there's not so many escapes.
Okay.
Wow, I just realized we're over time. Keep going, guys, keep going.
When you slide that foot up, do you always want your toes on the ground? So after
With the left leg, yes.
Okay.
With the left leg, yes, because that helps me keep my pressure. It helps me keep my pressure on my partner. Yeah. Kind of windshield wipe a little bit. Yeah, tuck your elbow now of your left hand. You can let go of his wrist now. Let go of his wrist and just tuck your elbow to your hip. That's it. But just like, I'll just keep it like this.
Okay.
And then I do my little switch, sitting on him with your right thigh. Let your left leg pivot out. Yes. Over. Beautiful.
Cool.
Well, even when you're in the full armbar, you're still just arm in the armpit.
I'm arming the armpit as I lean back, and then I kind of keep like T-Rex arms just to catch it and pull. Because anytime it's like a lat arm bar, it's usually on immediately, especially if you have it there nice and deep and you're leaning back with it. I just try to really tuck my elbow to my hip, and then that way it's hard for him to pull his arm back out. Really slide that right knee up. Yeah. So even right here, Angel, is where I would let go of the wrist, tuck that elbow in. Yeah. And I just keep my, I just keep my arm along my thigh like this. So don't even really hold the arm. I glue my hand to my thigh. I glue my hand to my thigh just like this. So you see how you're pinching your elbow, but your hands, yes, that I like that. And then we adjust, lean, beautiful. And then you can practice, okay, I lost it out of my armpit, and we pulled it over our left hip now. Yeah. Left hip if he's going for the hitchhiker escape. Right hip's okay, but that just helps encourage him turning and rolling. And then left hip is a little more aggressive. Yeah. Make sure that weight stays on him, Ashawn. Don't drop that butt down. Nice.
For the arm that doesn't have the arm bar, can you post to retain your balance when you get your leg over? Or
Yes,
shoot?
yes, 100%. As long as I keep that primary arm glued to the outside of my thigh. Yeah, already collect it from there. Yes, beautiful. Keep going. This looks nice. Yeah. Steven.
Guy's not so tough.
That was awesome.
Neat.
Nice. Okay, last reps, guys, last reps. If the arm is in front of us, Ashawn, we just do classic arm bar. Yeah, we just pull it across. Everything stays the same. But let's get that right leg off of the floor, or not off the floor, like the right sole of your foot off of the floor. I want more of your hamstring and your leg kind of squishing them. When you get into this position, you should start to hear people's breathing start to take on all of your weight. Adjust yourself a little bit more in line with his shoulders, David. You're sitting on him a little too much. I need your knee more by his head. Your right knee should slide up beside his ear. Yes, yes, and turn and face us, or me, I should say. Yeah, yeah. Straighten out that leg, and I lean. You can post your hand. And I lean heavy towards the legs. Yes. Nice.
Go.
The more we bring that knee up by the ear, the less it's going to feel like we're falling towards the hip and kind of falling out of balance.
No, that's wrong.
That's good. Yeah. And then we slide the knee up. As soon as we slide the knee up under, I'm using that right elbow to pick up his arm. Yeah. And then occupy that space right beside the ear. I'll post it on the floor across his body. Yeah. Just so I can get my knee up nice. Slide that leg through, sit. Yes. That was good. That was good. Even if not, Ashawn, even if not, I can still pick it up from there. Usually people aren't laying flat. Like if he's just laying flat, boom, you would be taking the first arm bar. Sometimes people are hugging at you, pushing at you. But even if his elbow's down, you should be able to lift it up with your knee. Like you should be able to kind of scoop underneath it.
What's
But
that pin? I don't think I'm getting that pin right.
For the initial one?
For the first one where they're coming over on their side and you pin it with your elbow.
Okay, let me see. Let me see. So you attack the right arm, right? Because then you're going to attack your dad's left arm for the secondary one, right?
I'm attacking here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even boom, even right here, you can start sliding your knee up by his head, your right knee. And then as I let go of his wrist with my right hand, I pull my elbow in super tight and I try to pull his arm back. It's just different because his hand's on the inside, right? If he was pushing on your armpit, that's when it's like if his hand's actually in your armpit. That's the only way for him to really move your weight across. But even from here, you just hit a normal arm bar. It just wouldn't be in the lat. That's the other thing. You're still fine though. Because once you sit that knee down, but make sure you're passing his arm a little bit over. You see how you're falling back on his hips? I really need that knee closer by his head. Okay, like in the lat or in the armpit, lat arm bar. Okay, it's super tight, but it's limited to that position. If the arm is in front of us, we still have that arm bar available, but then we also have back attacks and a whole bunch of other things. Okay, so both positions are good.
Okay.
Okay,
thank you.
guys, I got to wrap it up so we can start cleaning.
Mhm.
Sorry that I went 10 minutes over. I didn't even realize. Other than that, good work. I think there's still class tomorrow at noon, but I don't think there's classes at night. So if I don't see you guys, Happy New Year. And thanks again for coming and joining me tonight.
Happy New Year, Paul. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Hey, the cameraman. There he is. What's up, dude? Happy New Year's, guys.
Happy New Year.
Bye.